Hi everyone, Alan Schimmel, DevOps.com, DevOps TV, here at Jenkins World, and we're live on the expo floor. And excuse me, I have a mint in my mouth, and it will be okay. Anyway, this is a really exciting interview. I have two of my favorite people here with me. To my extreme left, really needs no introduction on DevOps videos, but Jez Humble, author, DevOps pioneer, great guy. To my immediate left, she needs no introduction either, Dr. Nicole Forsgren, founder, CEO of DORA, as well as the driving force behind the DevOps survey that we've all taken part of for the last 6 years, 5 years, 6 years. Yes? But you've been involved with it 4 years.
Yep.
Okay. So guys, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank
Always
you.
a pleasure.
Secondly, Jez, great job on the keynote today. For anyone who's listening, if you head over to the Jenkins World YouTube channel, you can probably get a video of that.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the big news is you guys have a book coming out.
Yes.
That hopefully will be available at DevOps Enterprise Summit, November 13th to the 15th in San Francisco.
That's the plan.
Tell us, what's the book about?
So, as you said, we've been working on the State of DevOps report. Dr. Nicole Forsgren, me, Gene, the Puppet team. So we've been working on it for the last, I guess, 4 or 5 years.
4 years.
It's been going on before that with Puppet Labs, but before we got involved. So we have a lot of research.
Yeah. So the book is sort of an amalgamation and a consolidation and a synthesis of everything that we have in our heads, right? Because it's been a little difficult to tell people, well, go download 4 years of the reports and read them and kind of integrate everything. And then come find me if you have questions about all of the science and all of the research and all the validations and all of the correlations. And if you have questions about everything that didn't quite make the report, because we're limited to 40 or 50 pages, which sounds like a lot, but we use big print and we have pictures and we have graphs.
It's my son's excuses for school.
I know.
But we can
big
go
margins. I used to be a professor, so
yes.
Big margins and pictures.
There are no diagrams in the book. No diagrams or pictures. It's just a wall of text. 100 pages.
It's
so you will get
reading.
the full science in the face.
Put it in there.
Yes.
Well, guys, let's start with this. What is the name of the book? Is it public yet or no?
I think we can talk about it.
Yeah, sure.
Accelerate the science of DevOps.
Building and
love
scaling high-performing technology organizations.
There you go.
That's a mouthful. So just stick with Accelerate.
I like Accelerate, the science of DevOps. That's really, you heard it here first, guys. Sounds really, really exciting. You know, I was having a conversation earlier, and what I'm looking forward to in this book is, for too long, DevOps has been subjective in terms of its ROI, in terms of the lessons learned, in terms of best practices, in terms of a lot of the metrics that a lot of other disciplines we kind of take for granted, right? Where we know that, like in our guts, we knew that releasing faster, releasing more often would lead to good things. The work in the survey has shown us, you know, we've seen some real now statistics, some real metrics that say, yes, you get 50% less time working on vulnerabilities. You get, you know, high-performing IT organizations do this and that. But there's still too much of a gut feel to a lot of DevOps that I hope the book will move into the objective state of
So it's interesting you say that, because I was having a conversation just last night where someone said, you know, it's so frustrating because what we do is just best practice. And what best practice is a bunch of people sitting around saying, I like this. It feels good to me. Let's just do this.
This worked on a project I did once.
Yeah, I did.
Right? Oh, and that's really why I went and got my PhD, is that I was working on the thing, and it was great, and I'd go to my manager, I'd be like, we should do this thing. And he, because it was a he, and so often it's a he was like, that's nice. It's not going to work here.
Right. Sounds great. Won't work here.
Won't work here, right? I was like, oh, okay, but it worked for this team. That's nice. Won't work here. Okay, well, it worked for this team and this team and this team. And these teams are like my team. Nope, won't work here. Well, maybe, won't work here. So the nice thing is about the research that we've done is that it's different from so many other vendor reports that you find, because it's really academically rigorous. So we started doing this when I was still in academia and I was a professor. And so much of this has appeared in peer review. So Jez and I have written this up, and we've gone. So I also joke that I speak a few languages, English and academic English and a little bit of Spanish. So we've written this up in academic peer review. And so we have gone beyond just best practice and what kind of sounds nice. And we've identified and we've tested and we've measured the things that don't just sound nice, but are really statistically predictive of improvements in developing and delivering quality software with both speed and stability, so that they then deliver organizational performance, profitability, productivity, and market share, effectiveness, efficiency, customer satisfaction, delivering objective results to those who, to our stakeholders.
And this phrase "best practice," that I get triggered from that, because
I know.
we're working complex
I was
systems.
waiting for you to start twitching.
Doesn't take much.
We let
let's
you
be
finish
clear.
though, because we didn't stop the Germans when they bombed Pearl Harbor.
Boom.
Yeah, go ahead.
Literally.
Blame Obama.
Yeah, but as you introduced me, I am on the far left. So,
Okay.
so anyway, we work in complex systems. Complex systems, there is no such thing as best practice. Any of you who have checked out Cynefin framework will know that in the complex domain, you can't apply best practice because everyone has different starting editions, everyone has different goals. This idea that we can take something that works in one environment and copy it and expect the same result, unfortunately, life doesn't work that way. So this is why we've adopted, a capability-based model where we're like, what are the capabilities that actually predict IT performance? Which of them will work here? And I think, this is what we're trying to do in the book, is not tell you how to do it. We're telling you these are the things that we've shown actually work, but we're not going to give you a formula. We're not going to be like, you do these 5 things will fix
We'll absolutely
fix your
fix it.
DevOps.
They won't. But here's, I learned this. So my friend Brad Feld is a VC. He's done a lot of work. Brad's told me this in the past, and that is this. So much of what we see in technology, and God knows in our lifetimes, technology's, blown up, right? So much of it, though, was truly evolutionary, not revolutionary. So
Yes. Even if it looks like it's revolutionary.
but it's built on the backs
Yes.
of what came before it.
Yes.
So when we could say these are the 5 things that generally seem to work, and you may, your mileage may vary, you still have those 5 things as a base to work off of.
And quite often these are the things that quite often have an outsized impact.
Mm-hmm.
And even in our research, it's not just 1 or 2 or 3 teams. We have 23,000 data points across over 2,000 organizations across dozens of industries all around the world.
All different sizes.
All different sizes.
And I think that's when you start seeing subjective move to objective.
Yeah.
When you have numbers like
Yes.
that behind it, and you could make out clear patterns.
Yes.
Rather than just saying, well, this is what worked for me on my last job, and we were making widgets, and today we're making different widgets. So,
And to your point, all of our starting hypotheses are things that have been studied before. We can't say it's science unless there's already an existing model that we're using as our starting position. So we're not making this stuff up.
Right. And it's funny because some people say, oh, that's just confirmation bias. So we have
Someone just said that, in fact.
someone just said that on Twitter, right?
really,
We have very carefully constructed hypotheses that we then go measure and test and confirm or not confirm, right? And sometimes we get surprised.
Quite often, things that
surprised.
we have said, this is obvious, and then it just totally falls apart.
Nope.
So
Nope.
So we have been hit in the face by science, and we want to pass that experience on to you. So
absolutely.
And also we want to help make everything better for everyone, right? We were all around the first bust. We've seen companies and organizations fail. I don't want to say because of technology, but because of the promise of technology. didn't deliver. I don't want to see that again.
And,
No.
and you know, in my keynote, I was talking about continuous integration. I've been talking about continuous integration for 15 years, and every year a new cohort comes into the industry who you have to reteach. And you know, at some point we've got to learn from our history, and that's a big problem in Silicon Valley, where you know the new crop of Stanford graduates, you know, are lauded for their superior.
Well, there's also shiny trinket syndrome.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and let's bear in mind, Docker is not. I mean, we with Solaris zones, right?
Yeah, no, I love Solaris. Don't make fun of Solaris.
If we had a lighter here, we could all do our little Solaris.
Yeah,
you know.
I built my whole first business on Solaris and Spark Station. So, but anyway, guys, thanks for coming in and talking with us today. Really looking forward to it. Accelerate the science of DevOps and a whole bunch of other stuff
Yeah.
after that. And we are going to see it at
Yummy.
Gene Kim's DevOps Enterprise Summit,
Absolutely.
Yes.
October or November. And I'm sure you both will be speaking. Maybe we'll do an interview as well.
Yeah, we'll be
Nicole's,
there.
yeah, we'll be there. We'll have a booth. Nicole's speaking.
A booth.
We
And Nicole
certainly,
speaking.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Very cool.
I'm sure we'll have books. Come say hi.
We will. Maybe we'll give away some books on DevOps.com.
That's a great idea. We would love
That'd
that.
be great.
We'll do that. All right. To my far left, but not as far left as me, Jez Humble. Immediate left, Dr. Nicole Forsgren. Guys, thanks so much. Always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
This is Alan Schimmel for DevOps.com, DevOps TV at Jenkins World. Have a great day, everyone.